And at that point, I suffered from a very severe problem that everybody suffered, was very severe hay fever. And of course, being very much involved with conventional medicine, it was regular treatment to be on prednisone, to have taken massive amount of antihistamine rotating through them all, you name it, Ultravin, I've tried all of them. And I even had 4 years of allergy shots with the serum. And guess what? My conclusion is, goodness, if I want to go into medicine, this is pretty sad because I've tried everything and it's not helping me. And I was still ready. I still had to carry a knapsack of Kleenex to go to school. And in fact, my hay fever was so bad that as maybe an excuse, I kind of blamed it on flunking or not doing very well on one of my courses. That's why they mandated that I did a little bit better on one of the courses before I can go on to a PhD research program. And so I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And guess what? It was about then a wonderful friend, and I have to credit this to him because he was a nurse who was working in the intensive care unit and the emergency unit at the hospital that I work in. And during the long nights of being on call and waiting for emergencies to come in, we end up having a lot of long talks. And it was this fellow, Dr. Paul Lemdusky. Today he's a naturopath, who told me all these funny stuff about homeopathic medicine and naturopathic medicine. I said, gee, come on. I don't believe in this. The Chinese guys, they talk about yin and yang, and I told him that I ran away from all of these stuff. And he was quite surprised when I did not believe in something, yet I was very fluent conversing in traditional Chinese medicine, telling him about, the basic theory or, hypothesis of traditional Chinese medicine. And he actually got me to speak in an in-service to tell the nurses about traditional Chinese medicine. And he said, Jim, you just don't have to believe in anything, just tell us what you know. How about that? I said, okay. So I learned more at that point about traditional Chinese, about homeopathic medicine. And funny, I said traditional Chinese medicine because it was because of a project doing research on ginseng that I decided maybe there is some chemicals in herbs that might be of use. So it was about that time when I also started reading up a little bit more about herbs, about the different alkaloids that are found in plants and things like that. And but then again, my mind was set. I said, okay, maybe if I become a medical doctor, I'll be of great use in research, and wouldn't it be wonderful? And in fact, I'm naming these names, and they're quite real. And it was about that time when I met a couple of wonderful friends, and one of them was Dr. Peter Tams. Dr. Peter Tams was a medical doctor who graduated from Germany, who was trained in Germany. And as you know, in Germany, medical doctors were trained in a lot of what they call biological medicine. And it was about that time that his license was taken away for advising patients to go get some vitamin C. I couldn't believe this. I said, this is ridiculous. And my story of vitamin C was, of course, back then I also said, oh, come on, Linus Pauling must be getting old, even though he's a wonderful biochemist, wonderful researcher. It's really only as simple as ascorbic acid. I mean, it can quench some free radicals, and what good is it going to do? And but in fact, looking back, the reason why I was credited for the research project was because I made a mistake in making the buffer solution for stabilizing the enzyme that we were going to study. For a long time, historically, nobody was ever able to stabilize this enzyme called S-adenosine methyltransferase. And because of that little mistake, I misread the formula, and I put 1,000 times more vitamin C in the buffering solution. And by golly, we ended up with a very stable enzyme that we could study. And that went on, and became a major discovery in the field of enzymology. And I said, there is something to it, to vitamins. And also my professor actually told me, he said, Jim, you know something, this SAM, S-adenosine methionine, one day might have very profound medical implications.